Our discussion for this moment is entitled Peace with God and Others. Welcome to my home. And we're going to talk about different things for confirmation, encouragement, enlightenment, and enjoyment. So come along, a theological journey of enlightenment, growth, and enjoyment. Let's have fun. If this message blesses you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get into this discussion. Our foundational scripture is Mark chapter 9, verse 50, and of course, New King James. And it says, salt is good, but if the salt loses its flavor, how will you season it? Have salt in yourselves and have peace with one another. Jesus uses salt to demonstrate how we should love others, because without this, our witness to others is of no effect. Seasoned Christians model how to live. Romans 14:19 says, therefore let us pursue the things which make for peace and the things by which one may edify another. Here Paul is charging mature believers to encourage other believers who are weak in the faith by being models of a peaceful and faith-filled Christian life. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, Jesus said the following, which is one of the Beatitudes. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. One of the characteristics of Christians is to help others reconcile their differences. Then they will be known as children of God. Children of God are to strive to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Christians are to be of one spirit, the Spirit of God, so unity is a must. Galatians chapter 3, verse 15 bears witness to this, because it says, and let the peace of God rule in the hearts, to which all you were called in one body, and be thankful. Let God's peace have authority in our hearts. Always, always be thankful. Luke 1, verse 7-9 says, to guide our feet into the way of peace. Here we have what is known as Zacharias Benedictus. Zacharias prophesied, saying of his son John, known as the Baptist, that he would go before the face of the Lord to prepare his way. In Luke 1, verse 79b, Zacharias said in the prophecy that the coming Messiah would guide our feet into the way of peace. How do we know he was speaking of the coming Messiah? We know this because in Luke chapter 1, verse 78, it mentions the day spring. Day spring is reference to the coming Messiah. Also, let's not forget that in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 7, one of the names of the Christ child is Prince of Peace. So all of this connects these prophecies. Jesus, the Prince of Peace, comes to guide us in the way of peace. Jesus says in John 16, verse 33a, these things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. Jesus is still our peace today when we love, trust, and obey his word. Paul reminds us in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 17 by saying, and he, Jesus, came and preached to you who were afar off, and to those who were near. And we speak this way, Jews are the ones, that were near because they knew him. So that's why we say near. And for Gentiles, afar, because they didn't know him or know him well. This expresses how there is to be peace and unity among believers. This also points to the fact that Jesus is the foundation of the church. I close with the hymn by Charlene Moore Cooper entitled Grace and Peace. This serves as my prayer for all of you. And it says, grace and peace be unto you, my friends. God's grace and God's peace be in your hearts. And when we join to raise our voices in praise to God, grace and peace, blessing you, filling you, grace and peace to share with God's creatures everywhere. Until next time, live, learn, and enjoy the journey. This has been a cup of tea and a word with Orzie.